Welcome to The Engineer's Insight, the podcast where we explore the day-to-day of fire system testing as well as innovations shaping fire safety. Today, we're diving into a game-changing digital solution, DT Connect from Detectortesters. It's designed to transform how fire system maintenance is carried out, making it smarter, faster, and more compliant. Joining us is the product manager, Gareth Dibden from Detectortesters, who led the development of DT Connect. We'll uncover the story behind the market, who it's built for, and how it's reshaping the way engineers perform fire maintenance. Let's get into it. So Gareth, DT Connect is now out there in the market with many engineers taking full advantage of the benefits that it offers. But thinking back to when it was being developed, what really made you want to develop it? And did you have any issues with the development of it? What problems did you have to overcome?
Well, we kept seeing the same pain points on site. So paper logs that go missing, inconsistent reporting formats, and just too much time on admin after the job. So engineers were spending time retyping notes rather than the actual testing. And compliance evidence was often fragmented, perhaps across spreadsheets, PDFs, photos on phones. So DT Connect was built to make testing digital at the point of the work. So results are captured once, accurately and instantly turned into compliant reports.
So how did feedback from engineers or fire safety professionals shape the initial concept?
Well, we built it around how engineers actually work. So perhaps one-handed, quick pass and fail capture without breaking their flow of testing. And then field feedback then led to more job-based workflows, clear device lists, notes, customer sign-offs on the spot, and a clean test log that stands up to audits.
And what were some of the biggest challenges you faced during the development of DT Connect?
So perhaps one of them was the getting the balance right between simplicity for the engineer and then the in-depth compliance that the compliance teams needed for their reporting.
So who is DT Connect designed for? Who's the typical user?
Our primary user is the maintenance engineer testing detectors day to day. Around them you have the supervisors, the contract managers, the compliance leads who need to clear evidence, the trend data and also searchable history by asset and by site.
Okay, so how does DT Connect cater to both small contractors and also the larger fire safety organisations?
So for smaller teams, it's quick to adopt. You register, you download the app, start a job, and then you can produce a professional report straight away. Then for the larger organisations, you get team management, multi-sites, templates, branded outputs, and you can also download everything as a CSV or a PDF. So it really is a pathway into asset and work order systems.
Okay, so I just want to touch on some of the features and benefits of DT Connect, and what are the standout features that differentiate it from traditional testing workflows?
It's about the live test log capture of detectors. So you have the notes evidence in the app as well as the simple pass fail. It's clean, you get branded reports which are generated automatically. You then have asset level history that you can search in seconds and tight integration with our other testers such as the XTR2 and the XTR Pulse. So recording is fast and consistent.
How does DT Connect improve efficiency around the site for an engineer?
It eliminates double entry. Results are captured once at point of test with timestamps and user identity so that any transcriptional errors disappear. Then we have checklists which are standardized across teams, and you can also attach additional notes which removes any ambiguity that can potentially cause callbacks. As you test, DT Connect builds the test log in the background, device by device, with pass-fail notes and evidence. So when you finish, you've already got a polished PDF and an optional CSV download. So the job is signed, a record is then locked in, and a version built ready for audit, which you can then share straight from the app or from the web portal.
So with the two new products, XTR2 and XTR Pulse, how does the integration with these products and DT Connect really enhance the experience for the users?
Well, with the XTR2, the results flow automatically via Bluetooth. The XTR2 confirms the detector's response, and then DT Connect logs the outcome in real time. Then with the XTR Pulse, the engineer performs the test, confirms pass-fail using the device's buttons, and DT Connect records that decision instantly. Both routes are faster than clipboards, it reduces mistakes, and you get a consistent digital trail.
So a fairly big one. What's the easiest way for someone to get onto DT Connect?
Download the mobile app, you create an account and you start the job, and you can pair it with an XTR2 or an XTR Pulse. You also have the ability to put the XTR Pulse in your pocket and use it as an app only to capture the results. And you can start to form a report within your very first visit.
Okay, so I just had another question around access and the usability of DT Connect. And so is it available as a mobile app, a desktop platform, or both?
It's both. So the mobile app is available on iOS and Android, and that's for your testing and the results capture. And then you have the web portal, which you access for the reports, exporting, downloading data, managing the sites, assets, and also users.
So just to touch on the subscription model of DT Connect, what do users get with the free version and also with the premium version of it?
So the free tier, you get core job capturing, but then the premium adds a much richer asset management. So it's things like repeating site visits, it's panel reconciliation, and it's also the breadth of the assets that are available for testing.
So in regards to the impact on fire system maintenance, how would you say DT Connect helps to ensure compliance within fire safety regulations?
It starts to standardise evidence collection. So you have a time-stamped results, you have the engineer who's done the testing, notes which then back up the testing, so it all just makes it easier to demonstrate compliance against maintenance standards. And obviously with the signed reports, which are then locked in at the end of testing, everything is then available via the web platform at any time, at any place.
And so do you see any kind of longer term impact of DT Connect and it having on asset management or the maintenance workflows of an engineer?
So over time, we start to build up a single source of truth for the site and also then for devices as well, which enables smarter planning, perhaps the identification of any repeat failures, what you need to do on a repeat visit. It also then reduces any potential disputes which could arise with any potential rework, as evidence is right there within the test log.
So finally, are there any future updates or features in the pipeline for users to get excited about with DT Connect?
We've developed DT Connect over the last couple of years. It's evolved quite a lot, listening to market feedback. So we're continuing to do updates, but perhaps one of them was going to be deeper integration. So think smoother links into other asset management systems and other elements within the fire systems, which will then be able to give you a sort of a wider depth of understanding of the fire system and perhaps more expanded analytics within DT Connect itself.
Thanks, Gareth. That was incredibly insightful. Thanks for sharing the journey behind DT Connect and how it's shaping the future of fire system maintenance. Pleasure to have you on.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.